Hi everyone, thanks for coming back. I'm Denise with Spiritual Growth Tarot, and this reading is devoted to understanding Donald John Trump's health, considering he has COVID-19. Now, I'm going to use the same spread, but layer it with the Lenormand, and this is the deck. It's the maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edward. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use, and I'll talk you through the spread because I've modified the positions a little bit. Same positions, just different meanings. Okay, so, or assignments, I guess. Okay, so now I'm going to set the intention to not take this into my body, but just to, because I am an empath, but I'm also an intuitive, so I can set the intention to put it just into the cards and not into my body. So the forces in motion with his physical body. Okay, his challenge is what's going on in his emotional body, what's going on in his mental body, his karma and spiritual state, and what he has no control over, what's looming over him, his future, and the outcome. Okay, and I'll do the same thing with the little Lenormand cards when we get there. Okay, so it goes this way. Okay, so he has a battle, a raging battle going on. So if anybody thinks he doesn't have COVID-19, I think there's a misunderstanding there, especially if you go back and watch all my readings from September 26th and maybe even a little before, but definitely September 26th. I had the illness card with this little deck, the illness card in this position here. And I believe that that's the day that he contracted it, because that was the day that they had Amy Coney Barrett's appointment little ceremony that was in, at the Rose Garden. And there are a bunch of people there, and they're all getting sick. They're all coming down with it. And Bill Barr was right there in the front row with no mask, so maybe we have that to look forward to. Sorry. It's like sorry, not sorry. I don't know. Yeah, I'm human. Okay, so there's a battle going on. There's just, a lot of tension in his body. A lot of tension and a lot of struggle. Okay, so, because we have to put this all into terms as of, health on all different levels. His challenge with the King of Swords, well, that has to do with justice. That has all to do with his clear thinking and his authority and his truth and his, intellectual so-called power, which I can't really say, yeah, I'm a stable genius. No. So his challenge is, this is going to overlay to that mental body card that'll come up here, but that's it. He's got a challenge to his clear thinking. Okay, his emotional body, yeah, of course. Does it ever stop? Does he ever stop thinking about money? Oh my God, he just really wants it all. Wow. He wants to keep it going. This could have to do, sacred chopstick. Thank you, Kitty, for naming it that. Oh, my goodness. So anyway, with this, we're talking multi-generational wealth. So this has to do with, he does have a connection with his kids. Whether or not it's that healthy, that's the connection in his emotional body. Interesting. Now, on another level, the tens, they are that something something is complete, something's done, and it's, you know, he might be feeling kind of satisfied in his emotional body as to, you know, maybe the treatment that he's getting, because he's been getting that, what is it called, oh my goodness, hold on, I wrote it down. It's by Regeneron is the name of the company, but it's Eli Lilly, and he also has a friendship with the CEO of Eli Lilly. But anyway, the drug, I guess, is called remdesivir. It's called remdesivir therapy. So they're saying he completed his first dose and is resting comfortably, and that's what they were saying this morning when all the, you know, the doctors came out, and I don't know if I believe them completely. They triggered my bullshit meter. It kind of went, you know, like what? So, but emotionally, that could have to do with him just feeling a little bit like he's just fine, established, you know. There's sometimes a feeling of loneliness, like, because, you know, nobody could come and visit him. Nobody can come and visit him. Well, but he does have, you know, the staff there. So I'm thinking this is just like the epitome of his care for his body. And he's feeling, you know, maybe emotionally grateful, but maybe a little bit isolated and lonely. Because he definitely likes to go, go, go. I mean, we know that. His mental body, well, he's, now notice the, you know, the caduceus here. This is about his connection with his doctors. So he's like kind of psychically connecting with them. With these two cards together, yeah, it's a partnership. He's feeling like, who do I partnership to get out of this situation or to get through it, you know? And so those are the doctors. He has an emotional connection to his doctors taking care of him. His karma and his spiritual state and that which he has no control over, well, with the Empress, we're in that realm of, you know, the feminine, the forces of the feminine and nature. This is also my Russia card. This is also hanging over him, and he doesn't have any control over, you know, the forces that are waging in battle in his body. But this has to do with newness and regenerating and connection with Mother Earth, but also Putin. So there's karma there. That's really interesting. Okay, I'll just keep going. His future. Well, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So, actually, I'm not going to be able to fit. These cards are a little bit wider than my other deck. This one, if you guys are interested, it's the Borderless Rider-Waite. So, and like the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. It's by U.S. Games. Okay, so let's see. With the Hanged Man in reverse in his future position, he's not really willing to look at a different way. He's not. It's that place where he's just not. He's not open to looking into a different way. So there's a delay, and because this is just a health reading, I'm just going to say there's a delay. So I think he's going to be staying there at Walter Reed for a while. Maybe. Let's see. And then his outcome is the Ace of Swords in reverse. So maybe he doesn't get to the truth of what's really going on with him, because this has to do with chaos and, you know, the opposite of truth, which is the lack of truth, lack of, you know, this is lies. His outcome might be that his lies come out, or more lies come out about him. Oh, this is probably the outcome. It is just telling us that we can't trust anything that the doctors, because they've shown up here, that the doctors are saying, and he's probably doing a lot worse than he's probably doing a whole lot worse than he's actually fessing up to. So okay, so I'm gonna do the layer with the Lenormand. Okay, so forces, physical body. Yeah, he's staying right where he is. This virus is in deep. Okay, his challenge is to his vitality and recovery. His challenge is that we're going to see the truth. It's all coming out. All these people who have been, part of the super spreader. That's another thing I meant to tell you guys. I went back through, several videos from the 26th on, and we have, if we look at the patterns, which is what I'm doing by doing these daily videos, we have the pattern of the same cards coming up, and that merriment card where where it pops up and they're like partying. That's, to me, I kept getting the message of these super spreader events, because it's it's wet and liquid is going everywhere. It's like a pig in the bathtub drinking wine. So that's that card keeps coming up. Okay, so let's focus into his emotional body. Okay. Yeah, he's confused. He's not feeling good. He's confused and stuck. That's not good. This is one of the most negative cards in the deck. All right, so let's keep going. His mental body. Yeah, he doesn't really care. He's just, selfish. He's probably selfishly demanding the doctors. Can you imagine? Would you imagine that he would be a good patient? And I don't know if if any of you are nurses out there, but you know how there are good and bad patients, right? There's the ones that abuse abuse the staff, the medical staff. I bet he's one of those. I really bet he's one of those, especially with this card here. Now, there's a possibility that this has to do with the medical staff, because we're talking science. This is a card of science. But it's being revealed that he's been very, very foolish, and all of his peeps that have been, all of his followers that think that the virus is a hoax, well, that truth is coming out, that it's not. And on another level, this can have to do with dehydration. And on another level, this card could have to do with fevers. And we've gotten that in the cards prior to. Okay, so but with different cards, I've gotten that same message. That I think in the reading for his fourth, which I think I'll just release this one as an additional reading and then not mess up the daily readings. But I think that we had, I think up here we had the Ten of Wands, and then later on, as I was pulling the cards back together and had stopped the video, I realized, oh, that's like an overwhelming fever. And I don't know if I connected connected those dots, but that card over here was the whip, and I know I did with that one. The whip or birch rod or broom, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, let's keep going. So I don't think he's a good patient, and I think he's very confused. Maybe overblown ego, throwing it out there all the time with his medical staff. And this virus is definitely sunk down into him. That's not good. Now, with the spiritual state, karma, what he has looming over him with no control, it's dangerous. This is a dangerous situation for him. Wow. Okay. His future. I have to draw some more on that. His outcome. Well, looks like he's going to be roaring. You know, there's that ego, pride again. Because this card says he stays. But this one is like movement. This is, I'm pretty sure this is one of the travel cards. Okay. Let's do a couple more cards. Oh, so maybe like suddenly he does get better. But then again, there's that impulsive place. Well, no matter what, his honor is definitely tarnished, and you know, his honor overseas as well, with Putin and other, you know, oligarchs. His honor is not, that it's not going to be good. That part's not good. Because they just see him as a child. Yeah, and they see him as a deceptive liar. So, even beyond whether or not, see, because that's one of the things with health readings, is it's challenging to really read the future, because you're always in a powwow. You know, with health readings, you're always in, you know, like a negotiation that's going on with your spirit. But in this situation, it looks dangerous. I mean, we know he does have a heart condition. But let's do this. Let's see, it went this way, this, this. Okay. Let's move these. So in the future, there can be some movement. But again, remember, there's that negotiation with the spirit. You know, with every illness, like, do you go inside and do you get to the truth of why you actually are ill, what's really going on, and do you work with that in your emotional body, and do you think about it, or, you know, what is it that you actually do with it? So with him, there's some, it could just be that the future is, there's some movement with his ego and his pride. It comes in suddenly, but there's a problem with his reputation because he's so impulsive. He's so impulsive, and even overseas they can't take it anymore. Oops. Always at a weird angle here. And they're tired of this, you know, nefarious, these tricks, these constant tricks that he's always throwing out there. These lies, these, you know, just always deception. And he's wrong. You know, the Fox card is definitely about being wrong. And the hidden agenda. This could be, you know, his reputation is now seen as just this impulsive, you know, compulsive addict that that just can't get it right. It's so tarnished, and from, you know, overseas, abroad, and here, you know, in America, and we know, we see this hidden agenda, and then this, you know, the manipulation, constantly manipulating and lying. And he'll go no matter, you know, which direction, just all these little bits of ways to bring in money. He doesn't care where it comes in. He'll just go for it. He thinks he deserves everything all to himself. He doesn't care about anyone else at all. So this is the future and the outcome. Whether or not because it's always up to him and his negotiation with his higher self and his spirit, and does he do that? I don't know. I mean, he does have Pluto in Leo in the 12th house, so he might have a connection to his spirit there to get him out of this underworld journey that he's in. I really don't. I doubt it. I really doubt it. But even if he does make it out, with his health intact enough, his reputation is still just trashed. So it's not going to work out for him election-wise. And, he's losing valuable time right now. He can't go out on the road, and he may want to get out on the road. He's probably thinking that he wants to get out there. But if he does, it's not going to go well for him. And I mean, I can't imagine it going well if he tries to even get through to another debate. But we'll see. Things are always up in the air. So I'll keep looking at this every day, and going forward, I'll just do this, as his daily health reading until we see something different that that gives us the green light that, okay, he's out of the woods with that. But from this day forward, which is, what is this, Saturday? I think it's the 3rd. What is today? Yeah, Saturday the 3rd. This is Saturday, October 3rd. So from this day forward, I'll do this health spread, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right. Take care, you guys.